The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi, my name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Tonight, I got two very special guests making their millionth time return.
At least.
The owners of Atlantic Pro Wrestling, Michael Morse and Sonny Goodspeed.
Hello.
Hi.
We're on camera 2 there.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
The owners.
Thanks
First
for having
time me
us.
saying this on air. I mean,
That's true.
I talk
That's
about it
true.
with Maria and stuff, but very excited.
Yeah, it's a new page, a new chapter in Atlantic Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
All right. So I just got topics. Joe Moakley.
Who?
Joe Moakley.
Oh, heard
the guy
of him,
that
yeah.
used to
Yes.
work.
Yeah. I don't really know what happened. I had heard some rumblings that there was going to be a split. Mike was going to be looking for a partner. I had told through Johnny Vegas. I had told Vegas that I was interested, and Johnny kind of brokered the rest. So I don't know what happened in the relation, with their partnership or whatever. I assume it's amicable.
Yeah, I mean, it's very amicable. Joe is still a friend of mine.
Good.
The biggest thing is that Joe's going through a lot of stuff outside of professional wrestling in his personal life that he needed to get sorted out. And it was one of those things where either we just end APW and it doesn't move forward, or I buy him out. And then the plan originally was to do this all on my own. I wasn't going to have a business partner. And then Johnny Vegas and Ryan Drew both reached out to me and said, hey, if you're looking for a business partner, Sonny Goodspeed is looking to get into the business. You
On
should
this
reach
end
out
of
to
it,
him.
yeah.
On this end of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
My in-ring days are done.
Yeah, well, the last time I saw you in the ring, you weren't smart enough to stay away from Josh Briggs. He was going crazy that
That's very
night.
true. Yeah, in Lowell. Yeah. I'm so glad. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a fun night. That was a fun show, man.
Oh, that was a fun show.
Josh is
Scared the
killing
hell
it
out
on
of me, though.
NXT in a tag team.
He's doing very well. Yeah, he's doing very, very well.
Nice to see. And obviously, I just got to say.
You're welcome, Josh. Yeah.
See that? Yeah, you guys
I gave you
helped
the
him.
rub. You got in the ring with me, and I gave you the rub, kid.
But I got the North American Champion's new sweat coat.
Yeah, it's
Carmelo
a sweatshirt,
Hayes.
but yeah,
No, it's a coat. It's not a shirt. It's got a zipper.
sweat jacket.
Yeah, all right, sweat jackets.
It's a hood. It's a zip-up hoodie.
It's a zip-up hoodie.
I'm like a hooded rat.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right. With new owners, most of the time we see some changes. Will we see any changes like new venues? I have more, so
Yes.
we'll start with that
So
one.
our goal is to outgrow this building. We're kind of already there at the outgrown point. The building can hold 175 people. Just recently, 175 people. We're going to do a little bit of design change, like set change. That'll get us maybe another 25 people. And we come close, if not sell out every single month.
Right.
So our goal is by the end of 2022 is to have more buildings lined up to come into in 2023. If we're at a 200-seat venue now, maybe get into a 400-seat venue or whatever, and just kind of go from there.
Yep.
Don't go in and just forget about the Newburyport Elks.
Right. Keep running there, too.
Keep running
Yeah,
there
'cause
as well.
that's your home. That's your home base.
But add an additional building to it.
Right.
And grow that way.
Nice.
It's because we can't grow anymore at the facility we're at the building we're at.
Right.
But it's very, very consistent, which is nice. Yeah.
Excellent. Do you have anything you want to add,
Yeah,
Michael?
I mean, I think I've talked about this, what the plan was always going to be, but a lot of those venues that we're looking at are in New Hampshire.
Right.
So we want to be a
That was my next question, so that's
we
perfect.
want to be a consistent player in independent professional wrestling in the Northeast, in the state of New Hampshire.
Right.
I mean, I know other companies are going to be doing shows there, but we want to set up basically one or two towns that we solidify as, APW
As
territory,
APW,
as
yeah.
whatever you
Without
want.
stepping on any toes. There's enough. I mean, New England's big enough that we can all have our little pieces of it without stepping on anybody's toes, and all take a little bit of the pie. You know, we don't need the whole pie. We're not that greedy. So
okay. Now with new owner and all that, booking changing and things like that? I don't need to know. I'm not asking you who the book is. I'm just things like that changing too.
There's definitely going to be changes. There's going to be new faces. There's going to be the old faces. You know, not everything's going to change.
Yeah.
Because you know, back in the day, you know, a new booker would come in and you'd see a change instantly. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think you're going to see changes. We're trying. Mike and I are planning on trying to hit every show in New England at some point this year,
Right.
and scout new talent.
Yep.
You know, I rely on a lot on the contacts I have in the business,
Right.
to tell me about new people, because I'm not on any social media. I haven't been going to any shows. So I rely on Mike saying, hey, take a look at this kid. Or, you know, I use Ryan Drew a lot. I'll talk to big Scott Guerin, you know, Max Smashmaster. I'll talk to him and say, hey, what do you think about this guy? Who's this kid? You know, I get a lot of feedback from a lot of people, and we're gonna talent pool,
Right.
and select and kind of go from there. So you're gonna see new faces. You're gonna see, like I said, the old faces. I mean, there's definitely gonna be changes, and you know what they say is change is inevitable and suffering is optional.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that Sonny and I were on the same page with right at the beginning is we wanted to, for lack of a better term, come up with a core roster.
Right.
Familiar faces, people that the fans love, people that we know work well.
Right.
And then build around those. Doesn't mean that Wrestler X is going to be on all 12 shows for the year. They might be on 6 shows, and then they might be away for a while. So, you know, kind of like that whole, you know, absence make the heart grow fonder type deal. So, yeah, a lot of new faces, even, and we're going to talk about it, I know you said, about this upcoming event. A lot of new faces on that card. So we're excited, you know. And I think the thing is that Sonny and I have very similar personalities, like sense of humor and everything like that. So so far it's played well.
Yep.
Yeah, we match energy very well.
Good.
It's been really good.
That's awesome.
And it's one of those, it's always open. Like if I'll shoot an idea, he'll say, like it, but this, you know, and it's working well. And I expect it to just grow, to just grow on that and, and elevate the product that we put out there in front of the fans.
In my shoot job that I have, I learned something long ago. It's a rule called 70% comfortable, 100% committed. So you don't have to love the idea 100%.
Right.
As long as you're 70% comfortable with it, you just got to commit 100%.
Nice.
And as long, I think, as just in life, if you follow that general rule, you know, with your wife or your significant other or whatever, you know, you don't have to be on board 100%.
Right.
But you got to commit 100%. And I think we both follow those lines. And you know, he trusts me, I trust him.
Yep.
And it's so far, I think, like I said, it's only going to grow.
Nice.
You know, bigger from there. So
I like some of the young talent that you have now. The New England champion, Randy Rivera.
Randy Rivera heading off to England, by the way.
You told me that. Yeah, that's fantastic. And who else did I see the other night? Cam Hall.
Cam Hall. So Cam Hall is a kid.
He really impressed me the other night.
Cam Hall's been a kid that's been around. Actually, I mean, training a couple of years. He's had a couple different stints in a couple different places. I think he's really found his home up at Next Gen with Bud and Coach Mike Hollow is up there. Myself, Scott Reed. That kid. If they were open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, that kid would just be in that ring. He's very young. I think he's 24 years old, 23 years old. Crazy athletic. To say he's athletic is an understatement.
Right.
Like I could just come up with something like you only see in cartoons. They'll go, "Hey, Cam, try this," and he goes, "Okay," and he can go in and do it.
Right.
It's insane how athletic that kid and how much wind that kid has. That kid will never blow up. Will never gas out. He's just kind of aggravates me, to be honest with you.
No, I mean I've known Cam for almost 4 years. Same thing. I mean, and he's open. Like, you know, we love Cam, but you know, Cam Velocity is a little dated name, and we've had some conversations with him, and he pitched ideas, and there's going to be some changes and tweaking there. But it doesn't change who Cam is. He's still going to be able to be that athletic person under this new.
You're going to see a new Cam.
A new Cam. So.
What's wrong with his real name? Is pretty good name.
Cam Hall is. I mean, it's okay,
name.
Right? It is, but you know, it's wrestling. So, you know, like I had to change my name from Mike Smith to Sonny Goodspeed. You know, so everybody does.
All right.
Yeah.
So, other than now, with the next show, like we said, like you brought up, you have some new talent coming in, and we're gonna go over that. But who are the guys or girls? Let's just say that you'd like to bring in that you haven't even had talks with. Just curious, is that like anybody jumping at your head, top of your head, going, man, I like to make sure I can get this guy or that girl.
So I personally haven't had a whole lot of opportunity yet, because this is all just happened in the past couple of months. Right. So I haven't really, right through the holidays and everything. Right. I didn't get a lot of time to get out there and see a lot of talent. But there's guys out there that we're gonna, that we're excited about bringing in, like this Kylon. Is that how you say it? Kylon King.
Yeah.
Out of Connecticut. I think I apologize if it's not correct. I think he's with Slick Wagner Brown.
Nice.
If he's not, then he was with XWA.
Yeah.
But that kid's getting a lot of work with Beyond Wrestling and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
So he's a talented kid that's going to be coming in. His partner?
Yep, his partner Dustin Waller.
Yes.
He's coming in. He's being thrown right to the wolves when he comes in. But we're looking at these athletic, younger, for lack of a better term, fresh faces.
Yep. Dustin's good.
Right.
He is. He's good.
Yeah, I've seen a couple videos on him. I really enjoyed him.
So, and then we have like Mac Daniels is going to be back.
Like him too.
The two kids we just had from Nepwa.
Yeah, Gal Barque and Chris Loggins.
They had that match with Slaughterhouse there.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal match.
Nice,
and those kids are, they're rookies. You know what I mean? And they had a really good showing. So, a couple more students maybe out of Nepwa.
I think as Sonny said earlier, I think the best thing for us to do is we're going to make a concerted effort to once a month, obviously put on our shows, but also attend another show, whether it's we travel up to Limitless and we watch a show up there, or we go down to Lucky Pro, or we drive down and we go to a show in Rhode Island,
or Chaotic,
or
I've just recently made contact with Mike Lombardi from Northeast Wrestling.
Nice.
I told him I was interested in coming to a show and just checking it out.
Yeah.
I know that there's not a lot of guys that he uses that don't work around here. You know what I mean? A lot of local New York, those kind of talent. So whoever we think is good and will fit in the program, we're good with,
All right.
So
we can come back to some other stuff, but why don't we go talk about the card that you got coming up Saturday on the 12th?
On the 12th, February 12th.
That is 2 weeks from this coming Saturday.
No, from this past
Saturday.
So, all right.
So it's a week from this upcoming
Excellent.
Saturday. Yeah.
All right. Now, it's February 12th. You have a show at your home arena, the Newburyport Elks Lodge, 25 Low Street, Newbury, Port, Mass. 01950. Got some announced matches.
Yes.
I know AEW's Joe. I say that right?
Yep. Yeah, you said it right.
I know him as Robo.
Yeah, that's what I usually call him that, but I'm trying to get into his,
because he's trying to get away from it as well.
Exactly. But he takes on Dustin Waller, like you just talked about. And I've seen Dustin work a couple times, and I really am impressed with this kid. He's tall, lanky.
Yep.
I think it'll be a good match.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think, we're always excited to have Joral back.
Yes.
Joral, is that how you say it?
Joel.
Jora.
Yeah, like I said, Jora.
What's his first name?
Jora.
Jora. Jora.
All right, so we're excited to have him back. It's been a little bit.
Robo.
Yeah. He's done a couple of things, since the last time we've seen him.
Mm-hmm.
He's been on AEW.
Yep.
He's obviously in phenomenal shape.
Looks
Always
like
brings
$1 million.
$100%. Looks like $1 million.
He does.
Speaks very well.
Yep.
He's intelligent, very, very intelligent kid.
Right.
So we're excited to have him back. We're excited to give Dustin the challenge.
Yeah.
Because Dustin, as far as I know, is relatively inexperienced and new in the business. So it'll be
a few years though. He's been in a couple of years.
Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. Then I'm sorry.
No,
Dustin.
like maybe 4. I'm thinking like 4.
Okay. So it'll be a good opportunity for those two to meet. Right in the center of the ring and see what each other has. So.
Well, I see what he said. He's being thrown into the wolves right away. He's, seriously, Jora's been killing it.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes.
Yes.
So
I think that's one of the things that we're looking to do also is take our established APW roster and, bring in these new faces, but throw them into challenges. Yeah. Put them into a challenging situation to see if they can survive. Because I can tell you right now, if Dustin comes into the APW building and survives against George Ole and puts on a heck of a match, our fans are going to fall in love with them. And
no doubt.
Then the next time he comes back, people are going to remember his name.
Yeah.
Then he's going to come back for a third time, hopefully, and build on. So as these as Jorah, who becomes, limited in his availability because of his dealings with AEW and stuff like that. Plus, we also, like you said, all the promotions in this area pretty much all use the same talent.
Right.
So it's one of those deals where now we've built a star that if one of our other individuals aren't available, we now have a face that our fans are familiar with and are going to enjoy
Right.
watching.
That's the tricky part, because we put on a show and it lasts roughly 3 hours,
Yeah.
and you gotta build people. You gotta build recognizable faces
Right.
for the next time, and then time after that, and 6 months down the road. It's not easy, you know. And for guys like Dustin and guys for Jorah, the only way you're going to get better is wrestling guys better than you.
Yes.
If I started 20 years ago and I wrestled the same guy
Right.
for
You're
20
only
years,
gonna get so good.
you're only going to get so good, right? So you have to elevate yourself. You have to up your game. And I think this is going to be a good challenge for both of them, actually.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe Dustin has a little intimidation because of Jorah's position.
Right.
Hopefully not. Hopefully he's got a little bit of edge to him and a little cockiness, and says, let's see what he can do with me. So
Right.
we'll see.
It's-
I'm very interested.
As being at the shows all the time, what I do find is when a new guy comes out, they don't take to him right away.
Not right away.
There's no response,
Yeah.
My advice to a guy that would be going in there would be to come out firing, whether you're a good guy or come out and get in somebody's face and tell them how ugly they are.
Establish yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. And get yourself over.
And a lot of times, though, that doesn't even really work, because the people are like, well, I paid to see wrestling, so what can you do inside the ropes? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because eventually the bell has to ring, and you have to be able to prove it inside the ring.
True.
The APW crowd had never seen Gall, right?
Nope.
Or Chris Loggins before.
They saw them. They were both in the the Big Woody Wrestle Royale back this August, but they hadn't seen them in a match
Not an
capacity.
individual,
Right.
exactly.
And
so
they
it's
did
a
a
little
great
different.
job.
And they did a phenomenal job, and guys like Randy, who's really only been working for APW for.
He started his first match with us, I think, was maybe. No, it was the Gilbonk. It was October. Was the first.
So really, we're talking
Right.
4 months,
Oh,
right?
he's
4
over
matches,
there.
and
He's over.
that's another kid who's young.
Yep.
Like, he's really young.
Looks like a
looks
million
like
bucks.
$1 million.
He
and
really
he's,
does.
That kid has all upside,
Right.
So he's doing all the right things, and he had a tough match against Stiff Mike this last show, but he was
beat him.
able to come out on top. Yeah,
Yep.
and that's, Stiff Mike. Say what you will, but that guy's a 20 plus
20-something year
years
vet.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It was a good match.
to be able to get out on top of him,
Yep.
that says something.
I
so.
expect big things from that kid coming in the future. And like you said he's going to England. I mean, that's
Yeah,
a great accomplishment for a young wrestler.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
not enough guys really want to do that right away either,
No. That's the thing with these guys, is that they're hungry.
Right, because Channing did that.
Yeah, Channing did
went
that.
over to Europe.
Gall did that, right?
Well, Gall's from Israel.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, Gall, yes.
I know Becca was on a plane this morning going to the UK.
Nice.
I know Ava Everett just flew out. She's like in Germany from February 9th to like April 11th.
Oh,
She's
That's
doing
awesome.
like a 2-month tour over there.
That's
was
awesome.
it WXW, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Who knows?
I don't.
There's a lot of promotions out there to
there?
work for. So
Yeah.
So.
So she's over there. I know Randy's going, and he leaves like right after the February show.
Yeah.
And then he has like 5 shows right in a row in a week,
Yes.
which he's taken the APW New England title over there.
Nice.
So hopefully he comes back with it.
Yeah.
Because we gave him the okay to defend it.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, obviously that is dependent on whether or not he walks away from Armani.
that's right. Yes,
Armani
good point.
Chaos, that dastardly dude, man.
Yes.
He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, that guy.
For somebody that's relatively new to the
Yeah,
business, again,
yeah.
he's a kid who's got veteran-like instincts.
Yep. And his
beyond his years.
His Cahoot, Paris Van Dale,
Yeah.
she's on the show too. She's taking on Shannon Levangie.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, both.
I just seen her the first time on the last show.
On the last show.
Yeah, she's been consistently on the chaotic shows.
Oh, okay.
She's a Nepwith student.
Yep.
She's young. I think she's only like maybe 19 or 20.
Yeah, she's
no,
another
she
one,
looks
very young.
but she's very athletic.
Yes.
Someone we hope to work with long term.
Yep.
So we'll have to see. I mean, I think that's going to be. I have there was some feedback on the last show from the last show, and even us sitting out back felt that there were certain dead spots in the thing, and we feel like Paris wasn't able to fully show what she's capable of in her triple threat match.
It's hard in a triple threat match to showcase. You know what I mean? And I don't believe that the women she worked with, they were all relatively,
New.
they might be around the business for a long time, but not a lot of matches. So it's tough to be able to get that chemistry.
Right.
A lot of times, you know what I mean? Wasn't bad by any means, and wasn't anybody's fault or anything like that. It's just sometimes those crowds can be very demanding, and you need to put on, and then we had Scott Reed and Cam Hall come out there and pour the friggin' house down.
Wow, man. Seriously.
I just gleeked everywhere, and I hope that was on camera because I just spit everywhere.
Wow, nice.
No COVID though, COVID free.
So make sure we slow mo.
Yeah, just slow-mo that dick if you can. Yeah. It was nice. When I said Scott Reed, it just
happens to me when I have no teeth. I just open my mouth and Isaiah will be like, "Poppy, you spit on me." I'm like, I didn't spit. Just
tell him whatever. Get over it, kid.
It just came out.
Rub some dirt on it.
Mac Daniels, you brought him up earlier, is taking on Kylon King.
Yes.
Yep. Mac Daniels, he's been here before at APW, correct?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Mac has been in. I can't remember who he wrestled at the time. It was back last spring, but he put on a good showing. The fans hated him.
Yeah.
Which if that's what he's doing,
he's
doing a good job, right?
He's a heel.
So he was supposed to take on Vern.
Yeah.
That was the original lineup. Unfortunately, Vern separated his shoulder
at the last show.
So we've we had a talk with Vern, say heal up. We'd rather you take time, get healthy, and then come back. And
he wanted to come back for the show because he's a tough kid.
He is a tough kid.
And we told him
hard working kid too.
Take a month off. Yeah, take a month off and get better so you don't
do it again.
Blow it out again, right? Because that's one of those things. Separated shoulders. Once that happens once, if you don't take care of it right, it'll happen again and again and again and again. So
one of the things I saw Mac Daniels do around in the area, I won't say other promo whatever, but he was doing a thing with Channing Thomas and BIG called the Prestige.
Yes.
And any chance we may see those guys that in APW? I'm a fan of those guys. Hey, Mac Daniels.
There is a chance you're going to see those guys. Like we said earlier, if you're working in New England and you want, we have a spot and it fits what we're doing and it fits the culture and it fits our program, it fits our game plan, we're willing to take you on. You know what I mean? And we don't want to be in competition with anybody. You know what I mean? We're doing our own thing.
Right.
So if those two wrestle regularly for, Limitless or Beyond or whatever the case is, we don't want to play second fiddle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if there's an opening and you have it off, and we'll gladly, we just want talent. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
those three are talented.
Those three are talented. So, we'd be stupid to say we don't want them in.
Right.
So we'll use them when we can.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making their return as a tag team. Old Prestige.
The original, not old.
Original.
What did I say? I said old.
You said old.
Oh, man. Sorry.
Ryan Drew.
Drew. He said you were
that
old.
Was Leo.
That was Leo.
Well, listen.
That's not
I'm
us.
old. All right.
The old Prestige.
I thought I said original and I said old.
Let's just call him the OP.
It's the edibles. The OP. That's what I should have. I should have kept it at that.
Because Ryan Drew and Matt Magnum wrestled as a tag team.
Yes.
Years ago.
Well, I thought old.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
And actually, myself, Chunky but Funky, had a series of matches with those guys, and man, were they tough. So them two back together again.
Yeah.
Ryan Drew now a little more experienced, a little chiseled, a little chip on his shoulder. Matt Magnum the same way, still both guys very young, but now they have even bigger chips on their shoulders.
Yeah.
They're going to be trouble for anybody,
Nice.
And I'm very, very much looking forward to those two coming in as well.
The original Prestige. This is
OP.
The OP. No, really, I'm excited about that. Ryan did say out of all the tag teams he's been in a few.
Yes.
That Matt Magnum, The OP, that was his favorite.
You know, Matt
The
Magnum is
Prestige.
I mean, when I remember when I met him, Matt Magnum was a young kid who
Right.
was just glossy-eyed and just ready to go. You know what I mean? Like Bambi, still getting his feet wet.
Right.
And but man, that kid's come a long way. We saw him.
Yeah, I was
Just,
going to say,
you know.
we saw him that time, the same day we had Randy Macho Man Savage was in the audience.
That's
that
right.
night.
Yeah. Randy's not really not dead, guys. By the way.
Yeah, he's not dead.
He
He
was,
was in Brockton.
He was in Brockton, so
was
we
in
saw him
Brockton
there.
that
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
It was good. It's I'm excited about. That,
Yeah, me
you know?
too. So now this will be the first time you've seen them, obviously, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them separately,
individually,
individually,
yeah.
but I
Right.
haven't seen them together.
Yeah.
And from the sounds of it, you know, with the match announcement on Twitter, or the announcement that they're coming in, you know, apparently they're angry. I don't know what they're angry about, but they're coming.
Right. Well, they're going to be really angry because I called them old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really going to be angry.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen to you, but
I don't know, man.
So I'm looking forward to it because that was one of our goals when we sat down. Is what do we want to do? And the biggest thing we decided we focused on. We want to build the tag team division. We
Right.
want to
Yeah.
build it. We wanted to build it around Nightbreed.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So this is, you know, last month was the first step with Slaughterhouse and Gall and Chris, and Gall and Chris are back to face. They're going to take on Ryan Drew and Matt Magnum. So these young kids from New England Pro Wrestling Academy are literally, you know, getting educated under fire. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
Trial by fire for
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
So
And, you know,
I'm looking forward to it.
Back to Nightbreed.
Yes.
If I don't know if you're aware or not, but Gallo was taken out at his school. We were doing some training up there,
Yeah.
and from behind us, there's a video going around about it. There, somebody hit him with a chair and took
Nobody
him out.
knows
He's
who?
injured. No, and nobody's laid claim to it yet. So, but he's been injured, and so we don't know if he's going to return.
Right.
If he is going to return, when he's going to return. So in the meantime, you know, Mike made an announcement, or have you made it yet? Have you made
Yeah,
it public yet?
it went out that, you know, the injuries that he sustained are going to keep him out of action for an undetermined amount of time. So
Yeah.
along with him and his partner, Setherin,
Yeah.
they've decided to vacate the titles.
Okay.
So right now we don't have a current APW tag team champion. So that only adds to the pressure that we have to
Yeah.
find those tag teams
Yeah.
to come in and, you know, again, we haven't decided what we're going to do, if we're going to do a 10-man tournament, a 10-team tournament, 8-team tournament, how long it's going to last.
One night.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Right.
6 months, whatever the case is. Yeah.
Nice.
So
We, you know, but we were hoping to have a little more time because Nightbreed was doing such a good job defending those titles
Right.
against anybody that was brought in.
Yeah.
That we thought we would have some time to work on this, and now,
Right.
you know, we're kind of forced to do it under pressure.
I missed this, that
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah, so it was. I mean, I know I was there and I could hear it. It was like it sounded like a gunshot, you know, but it was a folding chair,
Right.
and there was some blood, a little bit, you know. So,
Wow.
Like again, I don't know, but in the meantime, you may be seeing Setherin in singles action. It's a constantly changing world, right?
All right. Get
Evolution.
well, Gallo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please get well. Returning Nico Sika versus returning Nico Silva, right?
You said Nico Sika, but yeah. How many edibles did you have before you got here?
A couple.
Just a couple.
4.
Handfuls?
4.
A couple handfuls.
No.
Yes?
Are you ready to take over the whole
I'm ready. to
Hey,
take
listen, I'm ready. Look at me. I'm ready to go home. The returning Nico Silva
Yes.
versus the returning Tyler Nitro,
Yeah.
which
now,
has nothing but other match of the night written all over.
I
it, all
completely
over it.
agree. Tyler's been on a little bit of a skid here for a little bit, but man, every time that kid goes out, he puts forth 100%, and he just hasn't been able to pull out that victory yet.
Right.
And I think he's feeling the pressure because not only do you have to be a good wrestler, you still have to win, you know.
Right.
And he just hasn't been able to break through yet.
Yeah.
And
He's got a rough one. Nico Silva.
Yeah, Nico Silva's not gonna be easy to-
Nico Sika.
Nico Sika. Yeah, Nico
Him
Sika.
too.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, it's going to be tough. And I mean, I don't envy being in Tyler's
Right.
position at all. But I know that I just recently spoke with Tyler, and he says that he's in the gym.
Yep.
He's working hard. He's taking this more seriously than he's taking anything.
Right.
And he's ready. Like, he hasn't had an easy road. It's not like we're giving him
No,
tomato
exactly.
cans. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like every match, it's tougher and tougher and tougher.
And he's another one in great shape.
Yeah, great
shape.
Young,
Yeah.
super athletic,
Very talented.
And once he finally gets that win, and gets himself over the hump, it's going to be smooth sailing for him.
Nice.
And because that's a kid that could, once he gets that win, we can easily see him challenging for the New England Championship, and then eventually, for the heavyweight championship. And he's just one of those kids again with all the upside.
Right.
And man, does he stay positive about this? He doesn't get down about his losses.
Oh, nice.
Which is great to see because I know when I went on a little bit of a losing streak, I was
You'd lose it.
I was pissed off. I was a brat, and I thought the world owed me.
Yeah.
But not this kid, man. He's different. He's cut from a different cloth. I've never really seen anything like it. So it's very nice to see. It's refreshing.
Yeah, we were able to catch Tyler on the way out, and it's going to drop this week. He did just a couple minutes, like a 30-second, 45-second little snippet of how he was feeling and where he was planning, what he was planning on doing. So that'll drop this week. Hopefully, this match was supposed to take place in December, but obviously with everything that's happening in the world, Nico couldn't make it, so we put him in there with Scott Reed, which by no means is an easy task. And before that, he had Owen Brody, who the New England title. So it's one of those things. It's
It's how he's going to get better, though.
right. It's to work
exactly right.
your way up our roster. You got to go through some pretty talented people.
Right.
Yeah. Again, there's no handouts.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody's getting a handout. We're not at the door saying, "Hey, man, tonight you got a night off."
Right.
It's challenge after challenge after challenge.
Excellent. So will we be seeing Scott Reed at the next show?
We'd be dumb not to rebook Scott Reed.
Because I'll tell you,
after that match he
his
put
comeback is looking real good.
If that kid isn't working in it, why he's not working in every New England promotion right now?
Yeah.
Is beyond me.
Right.
Whether that's his own personal choice or not. I've known that kid since he started.
Right.
And to see where he's at now is unbelievable. That kid is.
Before he stopped, he was killing it with the Evolve.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
He's got
doing
that chip on
so
his shoulder
good.
again.
Yeah.
Like he's just.
Another kid, talented, and looks. I can't
Looks
stop
amazing.
saying it. $1 million, man.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that, though. You go to a show and you see guys that are putting in the work.
Yes. Yeah. And Scott's never stopped.
No.
And were you familiar with Scott before this?
A little bit, not a whole lot. I mean, I got to see Scott. He came in, wrestled Nightbreed with Brandon Locke as a tag team.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw Scott in the ring, but now getting over to Next Gen with him helping train the students over there, I've seen a lot more. And then obviously he's been in a couple of matches recently, and will continue to be part of the talent pool that we pull from, because I haven't seen a bad Scott Reed match yet.
Right.
So.
No, I don't think I ever have either.
No, it's amazing. That's just a guy that you want to have.
You
in
were
the locker
so
room.
excited after the match. You came into the kitchen.
I did, and I was like, "Did you see that match?"
I got that match. I
on
actually
both
got
parts.
to see quite a bit.
Scott and Cam both just killed it.
Absolutely.
It was a great match.
Yeah, and Cam has nothing to worry about, like losing that match.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
You
He had a great showing.
What it was Conor McGregor who said, you either win or you learn, right?
Right.
And that's definitely Cam in that match there was no losing. He either was going to win or he was going to learn. So
it was a great match.
Amazing.
So let's see. I think that's all the matches that were announced that we went through.
There's seven matches. One of them has not been announced because we have no idea who it is, because all we can tell you is that Ed Hunt. I don't know if you saw the video
I'm missing a lot of stuff.
About 3 or 4 weeks ago. Ed said that he is, him and Mudo Belmont have conquered the APW women's division. They no longer need to be chasing championships.
Yep.
So now it's time for him to bring in and conquer the men's division. Ooh. So we have no clue
no idea
who he's bringing in.
He keeps texting me. He's probably texting you as well, saying that we kind of, maybe it's our own fault that we didn't ask
I'm
for
hearing
it.
words beast, monster.
Yeah.
He's like, he told me the last message I got was like, you have not seen anybody like this before in APW, and this guy is going to wreak havoc on your entire roster.
But we kind of screwed up by not, like we just said, yeah, bring in somebody, whoever you find, and that's probably our own. That was our wrongdoing. You know what I mean? We never,
because you never know
because we
who it's
can't
gonna
vet
be.
them. You know, we don't know who it's going to be, so we don't know if it's if it's going to be good for us or not. But at this point, contract's already Ed's already signed the contract as a rep. We can't change it now, so it is what it is. So I'm kind of excited and scared at the same time to see who he's going to be bringing in.
This is going to be this coming. That's not this Saturday. Next
February
Saturday.
12th.
Yes.
February 12th, yeah.
25 Lowell Street, Newburyport, Massachusetts. Dick, you going to come this time?
1950.
Oh, 1950.
Yeah.
Oh, Dick, you are going to be there? He's shaking his head yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm going to hold you to that. Are you going to bring me that $100 you owe me? Yeah. Not a chance. Of course not.
Nope.
What a jerk.
Yeah, huh?
What a real jerk.
Cheap.
He hasn't changed.
Just-
hasn't changed.
So your next show after that was changed from March 12th. Oh, let me bring it up because you guys announced. I have all your dates for the year.
Yes.
You changed the date from March 12th to March 19th, the week after.
Correct.
Yes, yep. The Elks felt that they needed to have their St. Patrick's Day dinner before St. Patrick's Day instead of after it.
Right.
So they asked us to just move it 1 week, and we were able to. Luckily, everybody that we had on slate to work is available that day.
Right.
And that, you were in the arena. I mean, we'll throw it out there again. That's the return of the Kingpin Brian Malonis.
Right.
To
Yeah.
APW.
Very excited.
So
Very
that'll
excited.
be huge.
Yeah.
So what's the first thing I said to you? When you told me your owner, though, right? Not too long, just last week, I said, are you going to book the Kingpin?
Yeah. Yeah. And how
Oh,
could- again,
it wasn't.
how could
It
you
wasn't
not?
a thing of booking. Like, I got a text message from Brian and said, and pardon my language, Ilya's been pissing me off. Can I come in and kick his ass?
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
because the last time we saw him, he was there to support Ilya.
Right.
And that was over the summer. So whatever Ilya's done from July through now, is completely flipped the way Brian is feeling.
He's just a jerk, that guy.
Well, I think Ilya, too, at the last show mentioned that he's the king.
Right. Yeah.
That's not going to set right with Brian.
No,
you know
of
what I
course
mean?
not.
Like, Brian's a fun-loving guy, but he's a killer.
Yeah.
You know? Is that the guy you want to piss off?
No,
Not me.
no, not me either.
Not me. Not even when I was wrestling into my prime. Just,
Right.
No. I have no interest in that.
Right. Signed couple contracts with Ring of Honor. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, Ring of Honor now saying they're coming back, but no contracted wrestlers.
Well,
That's just so bizarre.
it's very bizarre, but
I hope someday everything eventually comes out. I'm sure it
Yeah,
will in
I'm
time.
sure it
but
will, and-
I'm just curious as to what happened.
yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can think of, and it is what it is. I mean, I don't know the details, but everybody online it was saying that, Sinclair and Ring of Honor and everybody took care of their people during the pandemic. So if you were on a contract, they continued to pay them.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't know if this is 100% accurate.
Yep.
This is, some talent said it, reporters have said it.
Right.
So could that be the cause of it? They were
Yep.
paying these guaranteed contracts, or even these other
per appearance contracts
Right,
and
right.
whatnot, yeah.
So
Still taking care of their talent, which is commendable because
Right. Right.
that's tough to do when you're not bringing in any income, you know?
I mean, granted, Sinclair is a multi-billion-dollar company, but still, you don't want to have an expenditure if you're not making a revenue on it.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, it's going to be interesting because basically we're back. I mean, Ring of Honor is right back into, for lack of a better term, the super indie.
Right.
Yeah.
No contracts. We're going to
Yep.
be able to bring in big names because we have the money, but it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. The only people, I mean, there's a number of people I would love to see in the WWE that were in Ring of Honor, but my number one on that list is the Briscoe brothers. I think they can make Vince McMahon so much money, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, Vince he's ruining everybody, dude. Isn't he? He's ruining everybody.
Not Carmelo Hayes.
No.
Well,
Let's
that's because
hope he
Shawn
doesn't.
Michaels in charge of Carmelo right now.
But no, honestly though, I mean, I don't get it on some of these moves. I mean, just letting guys walk away. Now, Adam Cole letting him go to AEW. I'm not gonna lie, man. And I listen to Jim Cornette, and he says this, but I 100% agree. The guy's got no depth. What happened to him when he was on NXT? He looked like a star. He looks like a skinny little dude now. Like seriously.
Well, because you got a difference. You have the WWE Performance Center where you can go and lift weights 7 days a week, whereas now you you work for a large organization, doesn't really have a training facility. So if you don't want to go to the gym, you don't have to.
He just looks like another guy now, like nothing special. But when he was in X, he looked special. He looked in great shape. I don't know. I just think he doesn't look the same. That's all.
I think his wife's gonna cut bait and end up in the WWE when her contract's up anyway.
She's smart, because they can be fixed. You just got to make stars. But they said a couple of years ago they didn't want to make any mega stars anymore.
Right.
Well, how are you going to run a successful wrestler business, a sports entertainment business that does wrestling?
That's
Right.
hard. That's hard for them to say because I don't care what anybody says. Roman Reigns is a megastar.
Oh, there's no doubt. No, there's no doubt. And so
Yeah.
is it Brock Lesnar.
Well, Brock Lesnar's
Brock Lesnar's
on a
from the
different
old
level.
school, though. Yeah,
Right,
so it's
right. No, that's
he's
true,
a different
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Roman
But
Reigns is homegrown.
Right.
But I think
but they
I
are
think they're-
keeping people. They kept, they just re-signed 7-figure deals for both Sami Zayn
Yep.
and Kevin Owens.
Right.
They don't want to let Finn Balor go because they know if Finn Balor leaves, he's going to be a megastar in AEW.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think they're making the smart moves, and I think people are doing right, like Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona is proving that you don't have to be attached to a big name
Right.
to make a crap ton of money. The positive thing for him is that if Vince McMahon feels that he can make him a crap load of money, he's going to make a crap load of money from Vince McMahon.
Right.
We've seen it before. You go off, you badmouth Vince McMahon, and 6 months later, you're at the top of the card.
Right. Everybody that's leaving WWE and they're going to AEW, it just seems like they're getting lost in the shuffle. They have so many guys, they don't know what to do.
Right, which I think is part of the reason that they're letting those guys go. And, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know what's going on there.
Right. It's just-
it's sometimes it's boggling, like mind-boggling, to let a guy go like Bray Wyatt.
Right.
Like Finn Balor. I
Yeah.
mean, not Finn Balor. I'm sorry, Braun Strowman.
Yep.
A guy like that doesn't come along very often.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who they built to be a monster. And they
Right.
did a good job. And then
so-
let him go.
But, Vince has been doing this a long time, so there's going to be a rhyme.
Yep.
Or a reason for his.
Oh, yeah.
for
I don't
his-
know more than that's
Yeah.
why I always say my mind is boggled because
And are we ever
I
gonna know?
definitely don't know
Yeah.
as much as anybody that works
Yeah,
there.
and we're never going to know. We'll never know the reasons why.
Right.
Unless Vince sells, and then we'll go, oh, well, there's the reason,
Yeah.
He was lower. He was leveling out his spendings, and
Yep.
but who knows? Like Nick Khan said that they're not going to sell, but whatever it is.
Right.
I don't know.
And they just
I'm
made
more
it-
concerned with APW.
Yeah, me too.
That's my next thing was going to be, what do you guys also
We're not cutting anybody.
You're not cutting anybody.
Maybe. Who knows?
Right.
Piss me off. Find out.
maybe
Maybe we'll cut the concession stand. Who knows?
Oh, wait a minute.
might have a riot with those meatballs
Listen.
not being there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I
hey.
got
I might hurt you.
meatball sub chant.
All right, forget it. Yeah, that's true. No, you didn't get the chant.
No.
Yeah, the
Matt
meatball
got-
sub's
got
got
the
the
chant.
But who makes the meatballs?
That's Maria, but you're right.
No,
yeah.
she
Oh,
doesn't.
she doesn't?
Of
Is
course
it you?
she doesn't.
Yes.
It's me.
So
If you guys haven't had the meatballs, come get the freaking meatballs.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
So you were saying about APW?
Yeah. Sorry.
What else would you like to talk about APW? I didn't mean to go off onto that, but I just had to get off my chest.
No, yeah,
because
you don't know.
it boggles my mind because I used to love Adam Cole, man, and couldn't wait to see him every
Yeah.
Wednesday. And now I don't even watch the Dynamite.
he's
I
still
don't even
having-
watch it.
He's still having great matches though. That's
Is he?
that's really the. I tape all the wrestling. I'm not going to
Yeah.
pretend like I don't watch wrestling.
Right.
I tape all of it, and the great thing now is you can fast forward through it. You
Yes.
know? And so that's pretty much what I do. So I'll take. I don't know how many hours of wrestling is that? 6 hours?
Well, yeah. you
Oh,
got
Tuesday night,
Raw
so
3,
8 hours.
Yeah, this
Raw's
is
3.
Oh,
5,
NXT's
7,
2.
8.
7.
8
9.
with the two companies.
9.
oh.
What's
with,
the ninth one?
3 hours on Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
2 hours on Tuesday.
5.
2 hours on
NXT.
Wednesday.
7.
Yeah, and then 2 hours on.
And then 2
I
hours on
totally
Friday.
forgot about
And
NXT.
if you
Didn't
throw
even count it.
Impact, there's 2 hours on
Right,
Thursday.
and Rampage.
nobody watches
You got
that.
a Rampage for an
Oh,
hour.
and Rampage on. So that's 10 hours.
Impact. Mickey James was just in the Royal Rumble as Impact World Champion.
All right,
Women's
fine.
champion.
Yeah.
I think that was a sorry about the trash bag incident.
Oh,
so
that-
why don't you
absolutely
do
right.
this? That's what I think
Yeah,
it was.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I was happy to see it because I love Mickey James.
Yeah, I thought she did phenomenal too.
I thought
She
she did,
looked
too.
great, and yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was a good show.
It was nice to see her come out to her the theme she always wanted to come out to.
Hardcore.
Did she use that in the WWE?
no.
She didn't
No.
use hardcore
That's her
country.
song.
Right, that's what
Yeah.
I mean. So you know that she's always, like every place else besides WWE, she used it.
Yeah.
So it was great to hear. She had
Yeah.
the look, you know what I mean? She's just awesome. And a sweetheart of a person. I got to meet her a few
nice
times.
it was nice to see her back there. I think that was a good send off for her.
Right.
If that's the last time she ever works there.
Right. Her husband's a great worker too, man. Nick Aldis.
Aldis.
He did
Yeah.
great things with the NWA title when he was
Yeah.
the champion for what, 2 years almost?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I
bringing
met him at the
recognition back to
gathering.
it.
And he's
Yeah.
a really, really cool guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good to see that. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, professional wrestling, you know, at the highest level is at a turning point with this whole Forbidden Door thing, and
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. So yeah, to get back to APW,
Yeah.
you know, we're going to make some changes. We've parted ways and are going in a different direction with production. So, you know, that was a tough decision that we had to make. Because I think we both feel that we want to put butts in seats and sell out the building. 175 people,
Right.
200 people with the changes we're making. That was the direction we needed to go, and we're still going to be getting footage. And we have people on our team that, you know, the lighting, Christian, a lifesaver.
Kid's a godsend. Yeah.
You know, he had the whole
good.
set. He helped us with the whole setup with the lights for this last show. Now, next month, we'll give you a sneak peek or a verbal peek. We're getting rid of the big screen,
Yeah.
and right over the entranceway is going to be a TV.
Yeah.
So they're going to come out underneath the high definition TV. There'll be lighting.
Nice.
We're currently searching for another set of trussing so that we can put lighting on the opposite side to light the ring a little bit better.
Yeah, we thought there was money, you know, all these decisions we're making are financial, you know.
Right.
It's I mean, at the end of the day, it is still a business. Mike and I obviously aren't taking a paycheck.
Right.
We want the business to be able to survive, though. At the end of the year, we want to be able to say, hey, look at this, the company actually turned a profit.
Right.
You know, and if you can do that, even if it's just a little bit, show after show after show, the end of the year it's going to be good. But we'd rather put the money into the product.
Right.
You know, and then because we're selling wrestling, you know. And then if at the end of this and we decide that, hey, we're going to do YouTube or we're going to do IWTV or whatever the case is, you know, we'll be better equipped at that point,
Yep.
financially and business wise and smarts wise on how to put together the best product and put that out there. Because I mean, if you only get one shot to make a first impression, right?
Yes.
So our first time out there, well, after the hiatus, we wanted to make sure that we make a splash.
Right.
You know, I don't want to go out there and just become another independent wrestling show. You know what I mean? Like, we have to do something different, and you know, unfortunately, we do have to make some financial cuts and some decisions that aren't going to please everybody. But at the end, we have our business to look out for. So, you know, that's ultimately what we need to do.
Well, that
So we
brings
need
me
to up
to
your rent.
Your old, your old production was Derek, right?
Correct. Yes.
Derek,
Yeah.
Derek Mitchell, not Derek Dukes.
Not Derek Dukes.
Not
no.
Derek Dukes.
He was too busy in Florida.
Is Derek Mitchell done with the production?
For the time being, yes.
Okay.
Derek did a great job. Man, that kid was talented.
Yep.
And that's what he does for a living.
Right.
You know, is he does TV production. So he did a great job for a lot of years for APW.
Yep.
And I know he was gone for a little while, then he came back, and he just works hard. He has contacts, he has resources that we didn't have.
Right.
You know, to be able to bring people in, his friends call in favors and whatnot, and get some stuff done. But it obviously came at a price, a crazy discounted price, but it was still a price.
Still a price, right.
Still a price. And it was just a price that we had to weigh out and say, is it worth, you know, the ROI? Are we getting a return on the investment? And it just at that point, we weren't at that point.
Right.
So it just became a financial decision at that. So, I mean, we still talk to Derek, and, you know, obviously we plan on, you know, we hope to be able to use him in the future, because he does a really good job. He's
He does.
local to us, you know.
And he can do so many different things for you. Like, ring announcers. He can do ref. He can do anything
He
for
can do
you.
it, right, exactly. He's a
multi-talented
resource,
guy.
He's a resource in himself. So,
Yep.
you know, that's hopefully the plan. Will, you know, if at some point when we need to have him back, or we'd like to have him back. But he wants to come back. So,
Excellent, excellent. Anything else you want to talk about?
you have no
April?
fan questions.
No, I didn't get any. Listen, I was sick. I didn't.
Dick, what's his contract say?
It's up at the end of the month.
It's up at the end of
It's
the
up
month.
at the end of the month. Yeah.
Let's talk, Dick.
Yeah.
Midnight tonight.
I signed a
Midnight tonight.
6-year deal.
A 6.
A 6-year deal. I don't know if I'm gonna be re-signed.
Who knows?
But I might just have to take it. If I get fired, I'll just start doing it from my house.
Well, Sonny and I will take your place, and we'll just come.
Yeah, and I'll do it from my house.
I gotta
And then
tell you.
I'm gonna pirate your show. If you're gonna try to get me out of here, I'm gonna stand outside and let anybody in.
Leo, I got to tell you, we when I did host for you
Yeah.
with the, I don't think the episode's out yet, right?
No.
With Maverick Wild and Rip Morrison. It was a lot tougher than I anticipated, right? I go, I've known these guys for almost 30 years. We're just going to go in there and
Right.
talk. And then you said, well, here's the questions we had. And then I'm like, all right, so I'll just ask them the questions. Well, then I'm going through the questions and, it's just like what happens. So you ask a question and then it leads into, and it snowballs, right?
Yep.
And then I'm like, okay, I'll just need the next question. And then I'm like, no, we just talked about that. So now I got to,
Yeah.
it's a lot harder than it looks. And
Well, the reason why they have the questions, right, is because I asked the same questions in the other 3 interviews.
oh, there you go. Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it would have the same type of format.
I know you haven't
know?
had a chance to see it, right?
No,
Because
not yet.
they're slow on producing, is what you told me?
Yeah, wicked.
Dick's lazy and
I'm never
yeah.
getting signed again, so
Yes.
let's just bash him right now. No, I'm just kidding.
We had a lot of bleeping to do.
Not on my part.
No, not at all.
No.
It was the guest.
Very good.
Ripping,
Well, that's you get what you
Mav
you
went
get what you
off?
pay for.
Yeah, we don't pay for nothing.
It was Mav.
It was
Yeah,
Mav.
Yeah, it was definitely Mav.
Wow.
Yeah. But he did say, oh, pardon me, or excuse me, every time he said it. But he still said it. It didn't stop him from saying
That's
it.
hilarious.
Yeah. It was awesome, though.
Right.
It was great fun.
Now,
It was,
didn't he drive down from Maine for that?
He drove
like-
400 miles or something like that, he said. Yeah.
And did he go back that night, or did he go home at least
No,
for
he
the
went.
night?
He went home for the night.
Good,
Yeah, he
good,
was working up almost a
Yeah.
Canadian border in Maine somewhere.
So where you wanted me to drive to go see the Limitless show?
Yes,
next weekend.
yeah. So there's a Limitless show this upcoming
Yeah.
weekend, and I was like, oh, let's go to it. He goes, dude, it's 3.5 hours from my house. I was like, okay, let's not
Oh,
go to
like,
that
we'd
one.
have to,
Like,
we'd have to rent it. It'd be
Yeah,
an
definitely.
overnight.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
the rule used to be when I was wrestling and I was taking bookings everywhere.
Yeah,
I'll drive 4 hours. Anything over 4 hours, got to get a room.
Right.
We
No,
never
I'm
stuck to
for
that
that.
room because we used to. I remember one time we got booked in Canada on a Monday.
Yeah.
I left work at noon on Monday, drove to Canada, wrestled, and then drove back to work at 7:00 on Tuesday morning.
wow.
So that rule obviously
Right.
fell out the window.
Right.
But that was the general rule of thumb.
Well,
4 hours.
even Yarmouth's like 3 hours from my house.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
Yeah,
And
that-
Limitless-
I'm not a-
Randy, just start running
Limitless
Portsmouth,
is
Elliott,
Nashua.
Maine. No, not Nashua.
no.
Why?
We're in New Hampshire.
Oh, right.
Elliott, Maine. Run
Elliott,
there.
Maine. Is that close?
That's literally
Kenna-
right over the border.
Kennebunkport.
Yeah,
Or Kennebunk.
perfect. Yeah.
You know,
All right,
Kittery.
Randy. Yeah.
Run in
Kittery's
Kittery.
good. Kittery's good. Right at the trading post, Randy. Come on.
So we do have some other, we are tossing around other projects.
Yep.
We're looking at possibly doing a documentary.
Replacing me is one.
No, we are.
You guys
there is
already said that.
There is an idea for a documentary.
Yeah.
Following Mike's journey of weight loss and training. Actually, Mike wants to it's kind of hard being in the wrestling business
Yeah.
without knowing what it feels like being in the wrestling business.
Right.
So Mike presented this idea to me, and I think it's a great idea because it's hard to say. I think it's hard to say that, like, oh, why was that match not as good as I thought, or that match was way better than I thought, without knowing what it feels like.
Right.
So Mike's going to get into the ring and
Wow.
take some bumps.
Yeah. So we're hoping to have
You're gonna be so sore, dude.
that's what DDP yoga's for.
And Vicodin. I mean, don't do Vicodin.
Percocets.
So-
do
Oh,
Percocets.
yeah.
We're hoping to have
do
we're
Leo's
hoping to have the
gummies.
trailer all set up and everything to go on for the February 12th show.
Yep.
But it's basically going to track my journey starting February 13th all the way till the Gilbonk pay-per-view in October.
It's not the Gil Bunk. It's not pay-per-view.
Or the Gilbonk. Yeah, we might do it.
Hey, you didn't even know I slipped him some gum.
You did?
Stuff.
Yeah.
I put it in his water.
At the October 15th show. It's the Gilbong today because we haven't officially renamed
Right,
it. yet.
Oh,
right,
right.
You did
Yeah.
mention off here that you're going to rename things and stuff like
You know,
that.
Yeah,
with
rechristening it.
with,
Yeah.
with change, you know, in ownership and everything, there are certain things that are going to be rebranded.
Right. Leo Connor's Battle Royal?
Yes, the meatball battle
The
royals.
meatball.
Meatball battle royal.
You have to eliminate the meatball sub.
Yes, exactly. Right. That's how you win. Yeah.
So obviously with change in ownership, there comes a lot of change. So
Right.
previously we used to name every show. This February show would have a name. We're not going to do that. We're gonna base it on basically 3 pillar shows, and that's going to be Spring Break, which
Yep.
will happen in May. Spring Loaded, excuse me. Spring Loaded, which happens in May. Super Summer Smash, which will be our August show.
Okay.
And then Full Force Elimination, which is our December show. So those are going to be our 3 like pillar shows.
Right.
Then the rest of them are just going to be live professional wrestling presented by Atlantic Pro Wrestling.
Nice.
Unless, you know, something comes up and we absolutely have to, you know, it makes
No, I
sense
hear
to
ya.
name a show. So
Back to the documentary real quick, though.
Yeah.
So Mike's goal is that he wants to be in the October Battle Royal.
Oh, wow.
You know, and I think it's great because Battle Royal is a good way. You know, everybody when they break in, start in Battle
Most-
Royals, right?
yeah.
Like, hey, kid, do you have your gear? Get in the
Everybody
Battle
loves
Royal,
a good
right?
Battle Royal.
Exactly. So it's a good way. It's a good way for him to break in.
Yeah.
And good luck to everybody who wants to try to throw him out. That's your boss, right?
Yeah.
I think, you know, and it's
a
been
good
something
point.
I had in my mind and I was toying around with for a number of years. This just seems like the best time to do it. One, because, you know, I'm almost 50. So I want to get it done. And plus, I'm a person who I need a goal. Like I lost a lot of weight during the pandemic because we couldn't go anywhere. So I just did yoga 4 times a day. So now I'm going to basically set that goal in October, and that's what I need. I need a goal to hit in order for me to continue and have the motivation to do stuff. And I think being able to work with Bud in Next Gen Pro Wrestling and be able to train there.
Yep.
And also, we're going to do a lot of like confessional type stuff where I'm sitting down, and it's just going to be fun. We're going to try and hopefully put out, 7 to 10 minute episodes like every month, like high level progress videos, and then from there it's going to go to, and then hopefully when it's all done, we have
The good and the bad.
Yep, the good.
We're gonna leave it all in there.
That's
so.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good luck. Seriously, I mean, that's
it's gonna
a
be
tough
good.
thing to do at your age. No, you know what I mean? It is.
Hey, roll us out.
Yeah, we're not yet. We got to go over. You guys, listen, hey, it's still my show.
I didn't know. It says end.
It's still my show, isn't it?
I learned that the last
You guys are taking over, man.
I thought you were very casual about the whole thing. I thought.
Listen, thanks for coming on, guys. Peace.
Peace. Hey.
Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe. That's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.